This is R. Wheatley 0206, and this is episode number 14 of my comic book artist spotlight. Tonight's spotlight is going to be on J. Scott Campbell. So I do have a few books that I was able to dig out. I haven't had a lot of time with everything that's going on, but I wanted to get this video up. It's late Wednesday. Well, it's 7 o'clock right now on a Wednesday. I want to try to get this video done, get it edited, and get it up tonight, but it may be tomorrow afternoon before I get it up. I know I normally put them out on Wednesday, but things have just happened that have kept me from being able to get to this week. So anyway, J. Scott Campbell, full name Jeffrey Scott Campbell, was born in East Tawas, Michigan. Though he has no memories of that city, as his family moved when he was very young to the Denver, Colorado area, which he regards as his home. He has a younger sister who is a digital architect who fills out the orders for Campbell's e-commerce website, and a younger brother who is a musician. A little bit of history behind J. Scott Campbell. One other thing I wanted to mention, of course, he was born April the 12th, 1973. He was initially known professionally as Jeffrey Scott before he became J. Scott Campbell, but is best known as J. Scott Campbell. He rose to fame as the artist for Wildstorm Comics, though he has since done work for Marvel Comics, most notably as cover artist on The Amazing Spider-Man and the video game industry. So that's what he's known a lot for, is Amazing Spider-Man through Marvel. I believe he has done some DC books. I think he done a Harley Quinn and some other stuff, but which I don't have any of those, I don't think. So anyway, like I said, I didn't get a chance to go through very many of my books. So, but I did pick out 3 books that I can show tonight. As a child, Campbell was interested in cartoons rather than comics. He first became interested in comics when, as a teenager, he visited a friend's house where his friend showed him Uncanny X-Men Annual Number 10, which featured artwork by Art Adams. Campbell explains, "I immediately went nuts over the book. That book has such detail. The art was fantastic. It just started me going. It just turned me around. All of a sudden, I wanted to do this and felt I could." Campbell began collecting, purchasing books based on the art, not the title, which he says made his collecting habits somewhat difficult at times. In 1989, Campbell, then age 15, entered for and won an Invent the Ultimate Video Game contest featured in issue 6 of Nintendo's official magazine. That's kind of interesting. If you'd like to see a picture of him real quick, I do have a picture at the top of this sheet. That is J. Scott Campbell. Okay, so after graduating from high school in Aurora, Colorado, Campbell began doing freelance commercial art jobs as Campbell prepared to show his samples at the 1993 San Diego Comic-Con. The series Wildcats premiered by Jim Lee's publishing studio, Wildstorm Productions, then called Homage Studios. One issue advertised a talent search for which readers could submit art, so Campbell put together a package that included a 4-page Wildcat story and sent it in. A week and a half later, Jim Lee telephoned Campbell and asked him if he would move to San Diego to work for him. Initially working under the professional name Jeffrey Scott, Campbell's first comic work was 2 pinups for the Homage Studios swimsuit special in 1993, and his subsequent work for Wildstorm includes spot illustrations in Wildcats source book and Stormwatch number 0. So that gives you a little idea of how he got started. Let's move forward a few years. Campbell went on to co-create the teen superhero team Gen 13, which debuted in Deathmate Black September 1993, before going on to star in their own 5-issue miniseries in January of 1994. The series was initially co-written by Brandon Choi and Jim Lee, but Campbell became a co-writer with issue number 3. The team was eventually given their own regular ongoing series, which debuted in March of 1995. Campbell was co-writer on the series until issue 18 and was the regular artist, leaving the book after issue number 20, June of 1997. 1998, Campbell, together with fellow comics artist Joe Madureira and Humberto Ramos, founded the Cliffhanger imprint as part of the Wildstorm Productions. He launched his comic series Danger Girl through this imprint. The story, which follows the adventures of a group of females, female secret agents, made the most of Campbell's talents drawing well-endowed women and dramatic action sequences. The Danger Girl series has since generated a video game for the Sony PlayStation, as well as several comic spin-offs in the forms of limited series and one-shots that were drawn by different artists in the American comic industry. Most of these spin-offs featured stories outlined from Campbell himself. August 2005, Campbell published Wildsiders, which he co-created with his Danger Girl writing partner, Andy Hartnell. February 2006, the 200th issue of Nintendo Power included a poster featuring prominent Nintendo characters drawn by Campbell in his unique art style, along with an interview whereby Campbell recalled his memory of the Invent the Ultimate Video Game contest. The same year, Campbell provided a variant incentive cover for Justice League of America Volume 2, number 0. The first issue of Brad Meltzer's run on the title. 2007, Campbell illustrated the cover to the Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash 6-issue limited series. So there's you some background for J. Scott Campbell. Just looking to see if there's anything else I want to mention. Here's something interesting. In October 2016, Marvel Comics and New York-based retailer Midtown Comics, which I'm very familiar with since I buy a lot from them, jointly decided to pull from circulation Campbell's variant cover of the first issue of The Invisible Iron Man, produced exclusively for that store, after previews of the cover were criticized for sexualizing the depicted character, 15-year-old Riri Williams. The cover depicted the character, a teenaged MIT engineering student, who reverse engineered one of Iron Man's armored suits to wear herself in a midriff bearing crop top. In contrast to the more modern way in which artist Stefano Caselli depicted the character in the book's interior art. Campbell called the decision unfortunate, explained that his rendition of the character was intended to depict a sassy, coming-of-age young woman. So there's a little bit of trivia for you. Anyway, so that's some information that I've got for J. Scott Campbell. Since this is Halloween week, I guess I should say, tomorrow is Halloween, which may be when this video comes up. Don't know. But I thought I'd just throw on a little bit of my Indiana Jones costume for you tonight. Okay, now to get to the books. This is The Amazing Spider-Man number 10. J. Scott Campbell variant. And this is probably one of my favorites. This is Mary Jane. And this book is actually signed by Nick Spencer. But if you can see right here next, oh, well, under my finger, that is J. Scott Campbell's signature. Which in most instances, from what I've seen, he just signs it Campbell. He doesn't put the J. Scott or anything. And then here's the certificate of authenticity for Nick Spencer's signature. And then the only other book I have, or the only other one I've been able to find at this point, is X-Men number 3, Tale of Mutant Matrimony in the Making. Get that a little closer so you can get a better view of his art. I've always liked the way he draws Mary Jane. This, like I said, this is one of my favorite Mary Jane books, or J. Scott Campbell books. And then there's another one, and I do not have this one, but there's another Mary Jane book that she's sitting on a couch and she's like pulling on the middle of her shirt, and she's got her legs crossed up on the couch or something, and it's got like Spider-Man's face in the middle of the shirt or something. That's a really popular cover. I do not have that one, but it's really neat. I missed out on that one when it came out, so anyway, that's all I have for J. Scott Campbell. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate you subscribing, and hit the bell so you can get notified whenever I'm making another video, which I hope will be very soon. But believe that is all I have for tonight. Everybody have a great rest of the week. It's raining here today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so they're not working on my roof today or tomorrow, I'm sure. So hopefully Friday and Saturday will be clear for them to get a little more work done on my roof. So I'd really like to get that done. So next week for Comic Book Artist Spotlight, I may do Kelly Jones, because I do have several books of hers, and if I can get them pulled out, I'll try to get that actually pulled together this weekend. And And next weekend, maybe we'll talk about Kelly Jones. All right? Everybody have a great rest of the week. And we will see you all next video. Oh, and happy Halloween. So this may come up on Halloween. So I just want everybody to know that I wanted to wish them happy Halloween. I don't know if there'll be any trick-or-treaters tomorrow night because it's raining, you know, and it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So we probably are going to have a bunch of leftover candy that I don't need to touch, but I will. So anyway, happy Halloween, have a great week, and we'll see you all next video.